The fudge!
You just need to do it like a lawnmower. Just pull it really quickly and
You
it'll cut on.
have to crank it. I have a feeling we're going to have some problems with this one.
I'm surprised I didn't hear it crank.
I do have some problems here. I got reservations on this. I think we're going to have issues.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to We Can Fix It, to where if we work together, we can fix just about anything. My name's Danny, and today on We Can Fix It, I'm working on my Ender 3. Now, this is a print right here that I did before while it was still in good working order. It is pretty much a container to hold all of the tools. Unfortunately, the Ender 3 is no more. And as far as my elegoo, yeah, that 3D printer, it got washed up as well. So we'll be kind of going over all of the issues that I had in this episode of We Can Fix It. And one of the biggest issues that elegoo has, which is they do not sell the Y-axis motor. And I've tried to contact them. I hadn't got nothing back from them yet. And so it's just sitting over in a corner waiting for one stepper motor to be installed so I can start using it again. The Ender 3, unfortunately, it hand grenaded on us. It just literally would not do nothing. The screen quit working. The screen was trying to talk to me in Japanese, and it just it ended itself. It finally gave up. The screen completely quit working, and it wouldn't even come on. And unfortunately, I was out of doing 3D prints for a good long time. I have a whole lot of prints saved up to do for content, but still, I want to make more. And unfortunately, that's just how the ball rolls. Sometimes is you don't always get what you want. And for about a month, 2 months or so, I couldn't be building on the Batmobile. I couldn't build on no 3D prints. You see this picture here? I was kind of proud when I bought that elegoo. As you can see, the build capacity compared to what I had before. And that elegoo is nice. It is enormous, and you can knock off a whole lot of printing on that sucker without a whole bunch of time spent trying to put all the pieces together. You can pretty much build it in one big piece. Helmets, armor, stuff of that nature. If you like cosplaying. Me, I'm not into cosplaying or anything of that nature. I just want to have the stuff to say I have it. And here's where my Ender 3 decided they wanted to speak Chinese. I know it's a common problem, and I know a few issues. I also had an issue right here on the feeder. That little guide was bad, and then the bar started to slip. So I had to replace the guide, and I had to repair that bar as well. The repair of the bar wasn't too awful bad. Right here, I'm going to show you the issue I had with that little guide. The bearings in it went completely out. I can't turn it with a screwdriver. It wobbled, all that mess. Right here is just another picture of the elegoo. I was getting ready to start it up and use it that day, and that was after the Ender 3 had its little debacle, and I took it all apart and replaced all of the wheels on it. That way it wouldn't rattle or anything of that nature. All the prints would be nice and come out like they're supposed to. But when sometimes you just don't get what you want.
Speaking about the device making weird noises as it was pulling, and it jumped the track as it pulled. Not much play there. A lot of play here. So if you can look right here, you can see that we've done what's called a layer shift. I don't know if you know what that is. I actually just learned what it was called today. This layer shift is a result of one thing. Well, it's actually a result of two things. So if you see how it shifted to the right on that one, it shifted to the right on that one. That means is that piece right there, the extruder, has jumped teeth. And that is what caused it to layer shift. Now once it got back to this position, it was supposed to stop, which it did. So if it layer shifts backwards, and it's not here, but the layer shift is here, that means that has jumped teeth. You'll know this because when it presents the print to you and pulls all the way forward, you'll hear it grind the teeth. You'll hear it bump a few times. So, what have we learned from this? Well, I've learned that I need to take and slow the print down, because this is not going to work running. It won't run fast. It can't run like this. It has to slowly print. If it does not, it will jump the teeth. I replaced this one in a video that's a little bit iffy. I might have to remake it, and I'll show you the replacement of it. And I might have to replace this belt as well. So as you see with this printer, this one, its belt is visible right here. And I have not had no issues out of this printer yet. It prints pretty dang good and pretty dang fast.
Yeah, you never talk good about anything because, like, as you can tell, it can go south really fast.
This is the old Ender 3, so apparently we ran it into the ground. Nothing is working on it no more. So we have went down here, and we done bought a brand spanking new Ender 3. And this is the same Ender 3 Neo. So we're going to have to put it all back together once again. And it's going to be fun to print again, not to put this thing back together again. So you get this, it's in just this form. There's no stand for it to go up and down, none of this mess right here on this. You don't have none of this. You don't have the crossbar up there. You have to put it all on. I am not saying do exactly like this, because at the moment it is sitting on the glass, and that's the glass right there, by the way. It's sitting on the glass, and you're not supposed to put it on the glass like that, because you can scratch the glass up. Funny thing is, you can ask my boy, I really don't care. So, next, we can sit it on its side and get it off that glass. And this one goes that way. This holds the thing for the bottom. So that one goes this way. So, you'll hear me say stuff like thing and not really doomaflotchy, anything of that nature, but you'll kind of hear me call an item that I'm working with something else other than what it's actually supposed to be called. And my memory on names of items comes and goes, so I just have to call it whatever I'm thinking of at the moment. Just like this, I really do not know what that piece is. I really don't care what it's called. Technical term, blah. I don't care what it's called. But for my purposes, I really don't care what it's called, for the fact that it works and I know how to put it together. I need to show all of my screw-ups because I make screw-ups like everybody else. Just like this. They don't make instructions for stupid people. Ah! Well, they do, but I just don't know how to use them.
Good job.
There we go.
You want a cookie?
You got one.
I mean, even if I did, it wouldn't be yours. It would already be gone.
I wanted a cookie. Who would get the cookie?
Me?
Why would you get the cookie?
Because I would have the cookie. I would give it to you.
Well, you might be taking a cookie because I think I done screwed up again. Hello? Arr.
This would be a good time to like grab some popcorn and just watch. That's about what I'm doing, but I ain't got no popcorn, so.
You can get your popcorn. You can watch. You got any insightful things to tell me, son?
I think you
Where
might have
this
did it wrong.
frickin' goes?
Probably not there.
Probably not there. Alright, the back's hurting, but we've got it there. Now it's this part. Something tells me this is gonna have something on the back of it, but I don't remember what. Or I'm just stupid and I'm gonna really mess this up again. I'm gonna take the ladder and you shut up.
I was about to say the second one would be better off for you.
Well, So, ladies and gentlemen, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting the screw into this part.
Granted, the part might be backwards.
And then you screw the part into the part without trying to slice your face off with the corner of this part that I'm leaning on. Alrighty. So these two screws go in there. Now this is not a how-to, as you can see clearly. This is just me failing at putting this mess together. And the good news is if I fail at anything, it's John's fault.
Yeah, blame the cameraman.
Because he didn't tell me the right way to do it, so that it will obviously be his fault.
Mm. I feel like an adult watching this 3-year-old try to build a Lego house.
Gotta do it right.
See what I have to deal with. The 3-year-old.
Mm. So far, he's still stuck on that one part. I'm trying to get those little things in.
Okay. Alright.
By trial and error.
Nope, by hopes and prayers and a whole bunch of screw-ups.
That too.
Okay. So now we put a dugga right here. And that little cutout right there goes over the screw. I'm just pretending like I know what I'm talking about. So just remember that. John, dude, I think I don't know what I'm doing. So the boy was not here, the last one I put together. That might be the reason it failed, because I didn't know what I was doing. But regardless,
It failed?
Yeah, that's why it's in parts up there.
Oh, true.
But that's one reason why, believe it or not, it's I did put it together correctly. It lasted about a year, maybe a little over a year. But you got to think, that thing was working day and night without rest whatsoever. It was literally printing everything that we could possibly think of for it to print. So it is.
You can understand the struggle.
It was well worth the money, because, and that's why I bought another, because of the fact that it worked its little butt off. I mean, it built 2 full helmets. It built a buttload of props. It built the Batmobile quarter panel, trunk, part of the canopy that was the wrong size, so we had to scrap it, and then we had to start all over again. Part of the quarter panel that was incorrect, we had to scrap it and we had to start over again. So just think, it built the quarter panel to the Batmobile twice. And then it built the trunk. And then it's built the gun doors, the side opening doors, a couple other doors on the front of the car. We built the housing for the headlight,
And then we scrapped it because of the fact that, we just wanted to do it for a test print to see what it looked like. It's done props. It done the vent cover, or the little reducers for the vents for the 70 Charger. It's done them. It literally was a working machine. It had done so much in so little a time that I cannot complain about it. It was such a good little device. These belts I have about 1,000 of right now, because of the fact that I was trying to find a belt for the elegoo right here, and they kept sending this size belt. I ended up finding this belt right here, which is also incorrect, and it's been a headache trying to find a belt for this elegoo for the build plate.
I don't know if you'll live with any mechanics in your house, but from experience, because I live with one, he's working on this right now, he tends to talk to whatever he's working on. Like it's actually listening to him.
It is. It hears me. Everything I say. And it responds to everything you say. You have never worked on things before. You do not know.
I have worked on some stuff, but not like, cars or electronics such as this.
Look, I talked to it. I was real sweet to it. Look, I say it worked. It was a good piece of machinery. Good piece of machinery. I'm going to hook you up now. You're going to be a good piece of machinery. And see? See, that's how it works. Now you see, you can't tell me that not talking to anything doesn't help it. See, it knows I'm trying to be nice. No, it knows it wants to work. I'm trying to fix it. Is that right? Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that. We done that. We done that. We done that.
Did you forget something?
I did not forget nothing.
Did you put something on backwards?
I did, in a way. So, yet another screw up from me trying to go fast. Really not a screw up, kind of more of a blunder or a goof in my part.
Right, okay.
Do you see any problem with this situation right here?
I don't know. What could it possibly be?
I have no clue. I'm holding this sucker upside down, trying to read what I've got. So let's see here what else we got. We done all that. We done laid this down on here. It makes more sense when it's right side up. So the next thing we got to do is we have to tighten these screws here. I thought they were tight. I'll double check them.
Knowing that he was holding it upside down, I wouldn't be surprised if this part right here was just flipped upside down.
See over here.
Now you actually can read it.
Turn the rod, blah, 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 blah. Hey, we're good for the top piece. So now we need 4 more bolts.
So you see I shake? That's not supposed to shake like that. That's gotta be tightened. That's good. Look at that. That's gotta be tightened. So you make sure you check all this stuff. Make sure it don't rattle around on you, because if it rattles around, it's bad for it. There's a nut right here, and you tighten it till the slop is out of it. That's it. That's all there is to it. No more slop. Doesn't rattle. If it rattles, it's not right. Next is we can hold it and we tighten this up if this is the correct size. Which it is not. Let's see if this single one is the correct size. It is not. So you only get these two with it. Well, good news is I had the other one, so I have the right size. Hopefully. There we go. So you hold it back with one and see the screws on clockwise. Looks like that'll hold. Now it's the same thing. This might be a little bit easier to see. Same thing for this. Just have two of them. You can see they rattle around a lot. This one goes in here. Need a little help pushing it in. And there it goes. Now, these two. So, this one right here, go right there. If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure once I get everything hooked it up. And this one right here goes right here. Alright, these things right here, the corners here are as sharp as a razor blade. I've cut myself with the last one I had. If you ever get one of these from Creality, just take some sandpaper and knock the edges down on the sides, because these, I mean, it literally is like a razor blade on the side, because I was holding it down just like this, trying to scrape off one of the prints, and my finger slipped, and this corner here, which you can kind of see the jagged edge of that corner. I can't tell if you can on camera or not, but that's a jagged edge, and that sucker will slice you like a razor blade. So take something like a sandpaper, or if you got a concrete or bricked front porch, something like that, just take it and sit it on the side and just rub it on that. All you got to do is dull it. That's the only thing. So that way it doesn't cut you when you put your finger on it. Well, after a whole lot of just fighting through this Ender 3, I finally got it to work properly. It's printing a part out right now. So once I finally got it back together, it started to do a whole bunch of janky prints.
So as you can see, the print is not right on that one. Trash. And these right here masks, they're supposed to be flat. You can get a good look right there that they're not flat all the way down. They curved up because there wasn't putting out material right there. So that's trash. Now, to begin with, after I finally got it back together, it said that it was an overheating issue. The overheating issue, I couldn't really figure it out until the end. I thought it might have been the motherboard might be bad. Well, I used the motherboard off of the other Ender 3 and it's trash. So I went back to the new motherboard, put all of that back in, and it still showed that it had a high temperature fault. So come to find out, the power supply here, the new one, was having an issue. So I used the old power supply off of the old Ender 3. That fixed the issue. No more running hot anymore. I mean, that's pretty much it for now. Oh yeah, I forgot. So I ran across another issue, which I didn't pay attention to or notice when I first started. This belt tensioner somehow became loose. I have no clue how, but I was able to push it back out, retighten it, and that was one of the reasons why that print I was showing you guys looked like it did, is because it had a centimeter of movement in it. So it would just move print, and it would shift that 1 centimeter when it would pull it back the other way, and it was messing the prints up real bad. That was a fairly easy fix once I got everything working properly. But I mean, as you can see now, it's working as it should with no issues. So I think this project is done.
Uh-oh.